everybody. Special thanks to our sponsor, Kinetic Impact Airsoft, and their upcoming event, Corporate Wars Blood Money 2. It's going to be at D14 Airsoft in Sanger, Texas, April 14th, 2024. If you use the link in the description below and code MUDDY down there, you will get $5 off your ticket. Every time you use the code and every time someone purchases a ticket, it does go to help the channel, which is going to be awesome, beneficial for me and Kinetic Impact. Also helps you to get a discount for the event. If you like the idea of a MILSIM light event, if you're new to the MILSIM world and you're new to events and you don't want to do a 40-hour slogfest, it's just going to break you off, definitely give these guys a look. I think you're going to have a great time. Again, use code MUDDY at the link below, $5 off. Now onto the review. Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. Today we're checking out a product from WOSPORT. This is WOSPORT's copy of the Roll 1 med kit, the Faro Concepts and Forward Observation Fog medical pouch. And yeah, we're gonna see what this is all about. So we grabbed this. I got this for my son's plate carrier. I kind of was curious about the Roll 1 for a hot minute. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pick up a real Roll 1 or if I wanted to just grab this WOSPORT. We were around on Amazon and I saw this, so I was like, well, you know, let's check this out first, see how it is, and if it's good, and go from there. Full disclosure, I have no affiliation with WOSPORT. WOSPORT did not send this to me. I did buy it off Amazon with my own money. The only remote affiliation I have with Amazon is I do have an affiliate marketing code with them. So the link for this will be an affiliate code, meaning if you do go to the link, I will get a few pennies. That is about it. So that's all you guys need to know from that legalese point. Other than that, I have no professional affiliation with these guys or anything like that. I just bought this because I was curious. The product itself, kind of neat, kind of weird. It's like a tunnel, almost like a tiny hand warmer. It's made of Cordura, it's Ranger Green. You got some cordage on either end with cord locks, and then you've got loop and hook at the top. It's kind of how you're going to marry it to a plate carrier to get it out of the way. That's all this is. Just a big like sleeve. And then inside of it, the meat and potatoes is this pack clothy, I don't know, this would be like 600 denier thing with like a big strip of Ranger Green, what's it called? Not loop, good Lord, I can't think today. Webbing. So all the way down and across, it is bar tacked really heavy on each end because you're going to be yanking on this to get this out. So this is the actual pouch itself. This is where all the med kit is at. They used Ranger Green binding tape here, here, and here to hold all that stuff. And that's where everything is going to be at. You're going to open that up, and it opens up into like a little tray, like a little taco tray thing. And there's some 1-inch Ranger Green elastic inside. And that is where you'd put medical equipment, medical pouches, medical things that you put inside wounds, gauze and bandages. Good Lord, I can't think today. Yeah, your bandages would go there. You'd put like, you know, Israeli bandage here, some Curlex, nasal pharyngeal airways would go like in these little spots here, needle decompression, Sharpie, tourniquets, etc. That would all go inside of here. And then once you got it all loaded up, you would close it off. Your fancy little shape there. Then you close it off here. Again. Make it all pretty. And then you would stick it inside of here. And then you would take these guys here and cinch down. Like so. And this gives you your little thing for pulling. So why is this cool, or why is this interesting? Well, now you've got a medical kit. It's not in a traditional area. It's ambidextrous. You can pull either one of these to get to it. So if you get your left or right arm blown off or damaged to a point where you can't use it, you can use the other one to access your IFAK. Your IFAK is centrally located either in the front or rear plate bag area. So it's sitting in an area that can be easily reached with either arm and accessed. So I've got my son's little JPC 2.0 right here. And we'll get to the plate bag. Now, I think, yeah, okay, we can still do it. For a second there, I thought it would be this funky cry thing where the Velcro was reversed and you couldn't do it, but you can. So if you wanted to run the roll one back here, you just kind of get it set up how you want it. And then you close the plate bag on top of it. And then boom, there you go. So now you've got the roll one back here behind everything, and it's kind of out of the way. It's not really cumbersome. And you can reach back and grab with either hand. And with this cordage, I mean, I would say this cordage is kind of in the way in my opinion, but you can tuck that up and under the plate bag pocket, and now it's kind of out of the way. It's not a big deal. And then these things here, these pulls, you can kind of tuck them back in on themselves like that. So that way they're not as sticky outy. That's not a word, but I made it up. And now they're just kind of out of the way. So when you do need them, you grab them and they'll pull out a little further. And now they're not as much of a snag hazard, I guess. They're there, but they're not as like just, ooh, look at me, I'm there. So yeah, it's kind of a neat design. When I first was messing with it, I was kind of like, I don't know about this thing. I was being a curmudgeon. I was being an old man. And it was just like, too different, like. But the more I've messed with it, the more I've found it to be kind of interesting. Now, I will say this, when it comes to airsofting and trying to make an airsoft med kit, I'm not sure how this is going to really play out. It's definitely aimed towards a military med kit, so putting in just regular Band-Aids and shit like that, the spacing is kind of weird, and the way the elastic is set up for large bandages. So you would have to get kind of creative if you're going to make a more airsoft specific medical kit, in my opinion, to put in there. But that's not going to be that hard. You just got to get kind of smart with it. Band-Aids, put them in like a Ziploc bag, and then put the Ziploc bag underneath, something like this, fill them up with Band-Aids, roll it, shove that under the elastic, like that. It can be done. You just got to kind of think outside the box. You're probably not going to have a pre-made kit like I've reviewed before and put it in here. I'll put a link up to the kit I reviewed. It's actually pretty cool. So that won't fit in the roll one. The roll one is definitely a little more outside the box as far as the way it's designed, because it's designed to roll up, hence the name roll one. It was designed by an 18 Delta, a guy who really knows his because he deals with combat trauma all day long. So it is a neat design and a neat feature, a neat item, but still, I think it's more for actual combat use and actual like military use than it is for like BB warring. Now, if you just want it to look cool all day long, you're gonna look cool. It's a neat item, a neat product. If you are double dutying your BB war kit with like a prepared citizen and you're actually setting these up for GSWs, gunshot wounds, yeah, maybe look into this. This thing is kind of neat. I'm probably going to get a real roll one now to throw on my something went bump and I want to find out what is going on plate carrier I have, because this is kind of cool and I think I want one because it is definitely a smaller footprint on the rig and it kind of gets everything out of the way, off of belt lines, off of cummerbunds, and it carries just what I need to stop bleeds and save lives. There you go, guys. That is the roll one. Simple, no fuss, no muss review. Nothing crazy. Or the WOSPORT roll one, not the real roll one. Basically the same thing. They copied it 1-to-1. I mean, let's be honest. Like most of this stuff, it's pretty straight up copy. Hope you got something out of this. I hope this was a useful review for you and useful video. I didn't feel this one was one of the ones I need to put this thing on and dance around for you so you can see it. It pretty much sells itself. You see it. It's a plate carrier. It's on the plate bag. It's hanging there. It's just hanging about 3 inches below the plate bag. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. As always, get out there, man. Play some airsoft. LARP smarter, not harder. Don't be afraid to try out new stuff, even if it turns out to be a bust. This one, I think, is kind of in the middle. It's going to take some more use, but I think my son's going to enjoy it because it definitely makes his plate carrier look double Gucci. Anyway, until next time, I've been Muddy. Peace.